Dear viewers, welcome to our channel GVS Bank Academy. Today I am going to discuss about letters of credit. Letters of credit. This is very important for JAB, Principle and Practice of Banking, and legal and regulatory aspect of banking also, and CAB, BFM, Bank Financial Management, and for all skills promotional examination also this is important. All skills promotional exams, this is important. That's why overall this topic is important for the bankers. Now, this is a letter of credit operations, operations of letter of credit. This is normally this is international business. The letter of credit operations will come into picture. Normally, at the request of the applicant, that is importer, at the request of the applicant importer, the issuing bank, that is importer's bank, will issue letter of credit. At the request of applicant bar importer, his bank, that is called issuing bank, issues letter of credit, opens letter of credit and send letter of credit to advising bank. So at the request of the importer's bank, that is issuing bank, opening and sending the LC to advising bank, which is situated in exporter's country. So advising bank is normally situated in exporter's country. That is called advising bank. The relationship between issuing bank and advising bank is issuing bank is principal and advising bank is agent. On behalf of issuing bank, the advising bank acting as a agent to issuing bank. After receipt of the LC from the issuing bank, it will verify the LC, verify the LC genuineness and communicate, advises the LC to beneficiary. The advising bank, which is situated in exporter's country, after verification of the genuineness of the documents under LC, simply it will communicate the or advise this LC to the beneficiary, that is exporter. That is export. Sometimes the bank, advising bank and the negotiating bank is also same or different. The advising bank is situated in exporter country. Sometimes advising bank and negotiation bank both are same or different also. So they will advise the communicate the LC to the exporter. After receipt of the LC by the beneficiary or exporter, as per the stipulated terms, exporter ship the goods, will complete the shipment of goods to the applicant importer, and after completion of shipment, he will submit the documents along with the documents to the negotiating bank. After completion of this shipment as per letter of credit, he will submit the document to the negotiating bank. After that, negotiating bank negotiate the documents under LC and make payments to exporter and makes payment to the exporter under LC. That is one step is over. Then after that, these documents, the negotiating bank or sometimes advising bank is going to send the document to the issuing bank, and issuing bank, the negotiating bank is going to receive the payment. The negotiating bank is going to receive the payment from issuing bank. So this is negotiating bank. After submission of documents to the issuing bank, negotiating bank will get the payment received. After that, issuing bank, the last point is the issuing bank releases the document to the importer or to his applicant, to his customer. The issuing bank releases the documents against payment if it is demand documents against payment, or it is usance bills are there under this LC, usance period is there. After acceptance of the documents under LC, these documents are going to be released to importer or applicant by the issuing bank. So This is the last step. After the due date, on the due date, the importer is going to make the payment to the issuing bank. So this is called the letter of mechanism operations in the letter of credit. Now, main parties on the letter of credit are applicant, importer, and beneficiary exporter. There is agreement between the importer and exporter regarding export of goods by exporter to importer, and regarding import of goods from the exporter. There is a agreement between these two. Based on the agreement, the importer requests the issuing bank. On the basis of request of the importer, issuing bank opens a LC and communicates to advising bank. Advising bank, which is situated in exporter's bank. Simply, after verification of the genuineness of the LC, it will communicate or advises LC to the. So this is the main mechanism in LC. Now in the examination, they are asking who is applicant, who is a issuing bank, who is a advising bank, who is a beneficiary, who is having prime liability in this. Under letter of credit, the prime liability for payment is issuing bank only. Issuing bank only. At whose request the LC is going to issued, applicant or importer. Importer. These are the conditions parties to the letter of credit. Applicant, buyer or importer, on whose request the LC is opened. Applicant means buyer or importer. Then beneficiary. Beneficiary, seller or exporter of goods. Ultimately, beneficiary is exporter. That is there. Then opening bank, issuing bank. At applicant request, at the importer's request, importer's bank is going to issue LC on behalf of the importer. That is advising bank. As for the issuing bank, advising bank authorized by the opening bank, issuing bank to advise the LC to the beneficiary or seller and is liable for verification of genuineness of the LC. So advising bank responsibility is verification of the genuineness and communicate to exporter. That is it. Confirming bank. And sometimes the issuing bank is authorizing the bank situated in exporter country to confirm the LC. Sometimes the issuing bank is requesting the bank situated in exporter country for confirmation of the LC issued by issuing bank. So the confirming bank is taking the responsibility on behalf of issuing bank. By confirmation, the confirming bank takes and adds its guarantee. So once the confirming bank is confirming, it is going to take the responsibility on behalf of the issuing bank. For all the purposes, the confirming bank is treated as good as issuing bank responsibility. By extending the confirmation bank is taking the responsibility as good as issuing bank. That is the. So confirmation bank or confirmed letter of credit is most useful for the exporter. Negotiating bank. The bank which negotiate the documents under LC, that is called negotiating bank. Normally it may be advising bank or confirming bank or any other bank also. It may be confirming bank, advising bank or any other bank also. It will depends upon the relationship. Then types of letter of credit. This is important point. Types of letter of credit. Irrevocable letter of credit. Irrevocable. That can neither be amended nor cancelled without the consent of beneficiary. So whenever they want to cancel or amend, consent of beneficiary is required. That is called irrevocable. As for UCPDC 600, all letters of credits are irrevocable today. They are asking in the question also examination. As for UCPDC 600, all letter of credits are dash irrevocable. Confirmed letter of credit. At the request of the issuing bank, other bank at the request of the issuing bank add its confirmation that payment will be made. So at the request of the issuing bank, Other bank is taking the responsibility for payment of the LC. That is good. The confirmed letter of credit is more beneficial to the exporter. Confirming bank responsibility is as good as issuing bank. Red clause letter of credit. Red clause letter of credit. Exporters bank to grant pre-shipment finance packing credit. Any letter of credit received with the red clause letter of credit condition, immediately the exporters bank will grant pre-shipment advance finance for packing working capital facilities. That is called red clause letter of credit. Under this red clause letter of credit, exporter will get immediately from its bank packing credit. That is because you will get working capital for procurement of raw material for manufacturing up to shipment. Working capital facilities are going to be provided. Green clause letter of credit. Green clause letter of credit. Along with the free shipment advance packing credit, warehousing charges are going to be warehousing charges are also to be financed along with packing credit. That is green clause. Red clause means only packing credit. Green clause letter of credit means along with packing credit, shipment charges also. Sorry, that is packing credit plus warehousing charges, storage charges also you will get. That is red clause and green clause letter of credits are called anticipatory credits. Red clause letter of credit and green clause letter of credits are called anticipatory credits because since payment of advance is provided, so for the exporters, you will get advance payment for the working capital and for warehousing charges also in anticipation of the seller making shipment. So that is called, this is called anticipatory letter of credits means red clause letter of credit, green clause letter of credit are called as anticipatory credit. Transferable letter of credit. This is also one type of letter of credit. Beneficiary, exporter is entitled to transfer the LC in whole amount or part amount to the second beneficiary. Under this LC, part amount of the LC or whole amount of the LC, the exporter is allowed to transfer to second beneficiary. When exporter will transfer, if the exporter is not in a position to complete the entire order of letter of credit, part amount he will transfer or full amount also he will transfer. Now another condition is a transferable letter of credit can be transferred only once. It can be transferred to second beneficiaries only once. Number 2. Number 3, for issuing of transferable letter of credit, the fact of transferable letter of credit they have to mention in the LC. The status whether that is transferable or not, that they have to mention in the letter of credit. If it is a letter of credit is transferable, if they had mentioned in the letter of credit, it can be transferred. Back-to-back letter of credit. The beneficiary, back-to-back letter of credit, the beneficiary in whose favor an LC is issued. The beneficiary, the exporter, who has received LC, export LC, uses the same on the security of export LC. On the basis of export LC, the exporter requests his bank to open another letter of credit from his bank in favor of his local supplier. So when the exporter is unable to meet the payment obligations, export shipment obligations, and the exporter is a agent, for example, exporter is not having capacity to honor the export commitment, then he will request his bank to open another letter of domestic letter of credit based on the security of export letter of credit. That is called back-to-back letter of credit. Both are important. Transferable letter of credit important and back-to-back letter of credit. Both are important from the examination purpose. This is also important. Revolving letter of credit. When a bank will issue revolving letter of credit to the importer, this is the question they are asking. The letter of credit amount available to the beneficiary again and again within the limit for further drawings during the period. So, if you are giving a revolving letter of credit, the exporter is going to, the importer is going to import throughout the year, continuously throughout the year. And accordingly, he can make payment through continuously to the exporter again and again. So that is called revolving letter of credit. Revolving letter of credit means throughout the year the importer is importing the raw material. At the time, instead of issuing piecemeal LCs each and every time, we are giving a letter of credit limit to the party. Within that limit, the importer is going to import and is going to make honor the obligations of the exporter or beneficiary. So revolving letter of credit means if the importer is continuously importing the goods throughout the year, at that time we are issuing revolving letter of credit. Limit we are giving. Within that limit, the importer can avail. Once after realization of one LC, we are going to another LC within the limit. Now, document that accompany a letter of credit. What documents you are going to send along with the letter of credit? This is the document. Bill of exchange. This is very important document in the letter of credit. This is a financial document. Bill of exchange defined under NI Act Section 5. Negotiable Instrument Act. Invoice. This is a commercial document. They are asking in the examination. Bill of exchange is a dash document, financial document. Same manner, invoice, it is a commercial document. Transport documents, bill of lading, airway bill, post parcel receipts, etc. These are the transportation documents. Or airway bill is not a document of title goods. This question also they are asking whether airway bill is a document of title to goods or no. Transport document. Insurance documents, along with the letter of credit, you have to submit these documents and other documents as per the requirement. Certificate of origin, in which country the exported goods are going to be manufactured. Certificate of weight or quality, any testing is required, weight is required, that certificate also. Health authority certificate, if required, as per the terms of LC. These are the other documents. So these documents are required along with the letter of credit. This we have to submit. Exam questions are bill of exchange, financial document, invoice, commercial document. These are the frequently asked questions.